And Germany's Vice-Chancellor Robert Habeck is in India. Habeck, who is also the German Minister for Economic Affairs and Climate Action, will attend a G20 meeting of energy ministers in Goa on Sunday. The leading Green Party politician is the first German economy minister to visit India in 11 years. And in a wide-ranging, exclusive interview with DW's Delhi bureau chief Amrita, Habeck discusses some of his expectations from his India visit and why Berlin would like to see Delhi change its stance on Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine.
Welcome to India, Robert Habeck, the Vice-Chancellor of Germany and the Minister for Economic Affairs and Climate Action. Why is India so important for Germany?
Well, we have a very fine economic relation with India and also a very personal, friendly relation with India. And if I can tell it this way, it becomes more and more important now because the geopolitical situation has changed. In Europe, of course, due to Russia's unprecedented aggression war on Ukraine, we learned a painful lesson that being dependent on only one country, in this case on energy matters, can be dangerous. And we have now to face that we have a strong dependency on goods from China. Also the trade market to China is very, very big. It's okay to have a big partnership with China. India also has one, but being dependent on one is not so good. So we're searching for new partners. Diversification is the key word. De-risking our economy, and this brings India in our focus, and I hope Germany also in India's focus. Because we have this fine cooperation, we can now scale it up to an even more tense relationship.
So, Mr. Habeck, what kind of outcome are you expecting from this visit to India?
Well, I hope that I have three key sectors that are on highest importance for me, and the Indian colleagues maybe have others. But for me, it's we have opened our market for the labor force. We are in need of people, so if Indians are hearing this interview and they are interested to go to Germany and work there, you are more than welcome. We have a lack of workforce in Germany. In India, a lot of skilled, talented, well-educated people. You're very welcome. Secondly, we have a good cooperation on energy matters, and this becomes more and more important. I mean, we're standing here sweating, it's very hot. We have to face it. Global warming is a reality, and we have to stop it as soon as we can. So renewable energy efficiency, this is the issue of the day, and there we should cooperate even more. And then third, we are in negotiations of a free trade agreement. And I think that would create a fine framework for trade and investments in India and in Europe and in Germany as well. So I see these three sectors. It's very concrete, and I hope I can raise the discussion on a higher level with my visit here.
You talked about the changing geopolitical situation in the world. How uncomfortable are you with India's position on Russia's invasion of Ukraine?
Well, personally, I think if there's injustice, you can't stay neutral. I come from a party, the Green Party of Germany, that is coming from a peace movement, and we tend to have the same position, being neutral in situations where war is. So we don't want to choose a side. And this was wrong. It was wrong from the very beginning, and now it's obvious wrong. There's always an aggressor and one that is the victim. And if you say I don't distinguish between aggressor and victim, in a way you don't reflect the real situation. So I understand and I respect India's tradition and partnership with Russia. And one must admit that the West, the USA, Europe, has also not always played the best role in geopolitics. That's admitted. So I respect that India is not Germany, and this country is following another path. But saying we are staying neutral when there is a war ongoing, I think can't be the last answer. So I would be very, very glad, and it would even help in our relation if India at least finds a clear language and say, this is an aggression, it's a one-sided aggression, it's Putin's war, people are dying because he has some ideas of a united Russia, whatever. It's not the fault of Ukraine, not the fault of Ukraine people. That would be of a great help.
Robert Habeck, thank you very much for talking to DW.